I am Carol Scott Dentley, also known as KSD, and we are here on the Inspired to Speak Network TV. We have a very special guest with us here today, Mrs. Tiffany Benson. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. I know that you do a lot within just empowering women. Your story is phenomenal, just about overcoming obstacles, because people deal with stuff all the time. And so many times they get caught up and don't know how to move forward, you know? And, you know, with what you've been through, you know, as far as just life tragedies, and you just continue to push, you know, you're winning. I understand you have a book.
I do.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
So I co-authored the book with a group of women and one man. And the title is called Empowering Women to Succeed. Tough times don't last, but tough women do.
I like that.
Right? And when I wrote my chapter in that book and you know, we kind of came together, the story behind it and the reason that I've created what I've created today is because I was looking at all these people who were going through a lot of challenges, which I've also gone through and continue to go through, and I kept hearing a lot of poor me's and you know I can't believe it and I'm not looking forward to tomorrow and I wondered why is that our first source of reaction? Why do we go there? And why is it that, you know, I could defy odds and others couldn't? And I realized that it's because people just don't know how. They don't know how, when they're diagnosed with something horrific or they're going through some type of tragedy, how to interpret it different. They don't know how to change it. And so the only reaction that they can give and the only kind of feelings that they can feel is what their first initial instinct, what we're all programmed to feel and think and do. And so I sort of created the hero within so that people understand that although that's an option, right, that there is another one. And I want to help people find that.
And if someone is watching now and they say, you know, that she's talking to me, you know, what are some of those options? I mean, because the only option that I've ever used was just, woe is me, you know, I can't go on. Why do I have to deal with this? What are some of those things that you would tell them to encourage them right now?
Too many people want to look to the future. They want to look as to what they're gonna go through, what's next. You know, I mean, part of my story is that I sit here with the most dangerous inoperable brain tumor, right? And I hear about people begrudging the next day, and I don't want the next day to come, right? But I am just praying that I have the next day, right? And so I often hear people, don't wish away your life, don't. It's not about that. It's about understanding that tomorrow's not a given. And even if it's not for you, even if you've been given that time frame, as I have been in the past, it's forgetting all of that. And it's not about living for even 1 minute in the future. It's about making sure that where you are now, that everything is just good. It's that everybody knows that you love them. You know everybody loves you. It's about making sure that if this was your last minute, that you've got no loose ends. You've got no hard feelings. Forget about your doctor's appointment the next day. Forget about your bank appointment, your relationship. Forget about that future, right? Because that's going to happen no matter what, with or without you, right? But you've got to make sure that you can get there. And if you're worried about it, you're not going to make it.
I love that. That is so true. And you have to be present.
You too.
In every way, in every single thing, every single detail. Take time to smell the flowers, just
That's
everything.
Right. That's right.
And even in the Bible, I mean, you know, regardless of what a person's belief is, it says the prayers give us this day.
Today.
That's all we could ask for.
That's right.
It says this day, right now. And I just love that because I always tell people that, especially like when I do like different live videos and stuff, I always say that, you know, don't worry about that. Because it's going to come anyway, right? So we talked a little bit about the challenges and things that, that you're dealing with now. And just, you know, going forward, you know, just what are, of course, nobody knows what tomorrow brings. None of us.
Nobody's promised.
Nobody. And saying that, just being an entrepreneur, because it takes a lot.
It does.
you know, but obviously you're still standing. You have a story, a significant story that you share with people all over the world, and that's a beautiful thing. What are some of the challenges of being just a successful entrepreneur?
Wow. I often think to myself, I wish that I just had the challenges of being an entrepreneur, because I have the challenges of being an entrepreneur with all the health challenges that go with it, right? And so I think that there's no real challenge that you should be afraid of. There's no real challenge that you shouldn't want to plow through. You want to experience it. You want to be able to live through it, to just truly live through it. And so as far as the challenges are, of course, there's always time and energy, and but I it takes all that just for me to open my eyes in the morning and get out of bed, right? So if I can do it to do that, then I can continue to do it throughout the entire day, and everybody else can too, right? So are there challenges? Yes. But it's really, really understanding that what determines who we are is how well we rise after we fall. And so a challenge is just accept that there's going to be some, and that it doesn't, whatever they are, whatever they might be, don't worry about them.
I like
They're
that.
going to be tough, but it's worth it.
I like that. The first challenge is realizing that there are going to be some.
That's right.
And just once you get that, then just plow through the rest of them. I love that. If you have one final thing that you would like to leave with our audience, what would that be?
I know what those deep, dark places feel like. I know what they smell like. I know everything about that place. I know about that hopelessness inside. But I want you to know that if that's what you're feeling today, if that's what you're going through, or if you ever go through it, just know that you have a hero. Everybody does, and it's inside you. It's your hero within, and as long as you allow yourself to feel it, you'll overcome. It doesn't matter what it is.
I love that. Thank you. I just love everything. I was just loving that. It's resonating with me. But we have listeners, I'm sure, that want to get in touch with you. What is the best way for them to contact you?
So I think that all of the information will be at the bottom of the screen. My website and how you can contact me from there. Absolutely. Email, and I'd love to hear from you.
Absolutely. Get to hear more information about the program,
Right,
books,
absolutely.
everything. So thank you so much for being a part of our
Thank you
show.
for having me. I
And
appreciate it.
You're very welcome, and thank you for watching.
Thank you.